Hey guys, I am going to go ahead and get started on my project life for May of 2016. This is kind of the continuation. So in my album, I had this one here, which was the beginning of May, and I did this at the Victoria Mary Scrapbook Retreat when I was kind of trying to catch up on my album from last year. And so now I have these 2 pages I'm going to do for the rest of May, and this is when we went to Disney and we went to Florida. So I'm going to be kind of adding, doing that whole thing in here in my project life. As you can see, I have Post-its on here. I went through and wrote down on Post-its what I wanted to put in each thing for the entire year of 2016 up until I think September. So I think I had everything up until then, like, printed out or written out like this. I haven't done that for this year yet, which I actually need to sit down and do, but I have taken Allie Edwards' Project Life class, and I don't think it's open registration for that. Hopefully she'll run it again because it's kind of a self-paced thing, but it was fantastic, and it talked a lot about going back and doing older months or older years and how you can still do that. So that's one thing I did. I sat and put it on my iPad and, did all these while I was watching her do her own. And then I have everything here from our trip that I want to include in here, and just some things I saved while we were doing some stuff. I have a movie ticket stub and, things like that, business cards from our trip. So I went ahead and I put all of that kind of stuff in just a regular 8.5 by 11 photo sleeve or a page protector, and I keep this in a binder and keep them in order of the months. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. I am using my Noel Mignon March kit for this, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is kind of lay my pictures out, and I need to cut off the ends of them because these are all pictures that I printed on my Canon Selfie, and if you have one of those, they print out with kind of a perforated edges on both of them, on both sides, so I have to cut those off. But I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. And then I will go ahead and move one of the page protectors out of the way and start working on the left side. But I'm kind of just making sure that everything's going to be spread out nicely and that everything's going to fit. So that's kind of what I'm doing right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and move one of these to the side and then start working on this one right here. So this is going to be kind of the beginning of our trip. I'm going to focus more on the Disney aspect of it. It's not going to be super Disney themed though. I didn't really want it to be since I do have a separate album for it. So what I'm going to do is put down one of our plane tickets here, and I always keep this kind of stuff always whenever we travel. So I just put that on the opposite side of that card that I had already used for the previous month, and it just ended up being perfect. And then I'm going through my kit trying to see what else I want to use here. And if you see some products that I used previously last week, it's because I actually made this layout first. I'm not uploading it first because this layout is going to be specific for the challenge that we are doing for this week, which is to use spring colors. So that's kind of what why I'm posting them a little bit out of order from what I did them. But I have some things here. So I'm pulling out some 3x4 cards as well, and I'm going to end up cutting into them and using them in different ways. I'm not going to use them as full 3x4 cards. So I have this nice peachy color 4x6 card that I'm going to use. I'm putting down some pink washi tape straight down the center. And then I'm going to take this 3x4 card and use it whole, and it's a vertical or a horizontal orientation. So I'm going to just use it that way. And then I'm going to add this wood veneer label that has the word January, or sorry, it says May on it. Not January, May. And then I stapled it on there, but the staples are kind of coming up a little bit in the back, so I'm just going to use some extra washi tape that I have just to cover that up so it doesn't tear anything or poke through. And I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling here. I am going to add this little orange feather from Freckled Fawn, and it's like a chipboard feather, so I'm going to add that here too. And then I'll do my journaling on here, just kind of what the overall spread is. Since this is not the beginning of May, it's just a continuation. It's kind of, this is going to be a spread about our trip that we took. So I'm just talking about that, how we went to Florida and we did Disney World. The girls went to Disney World for the first time, and then we also spent time in Tampa with Josh's mom. So we did that. So that's going to be my title card there. This one with the plane ticket, I'm going to go ahead and add some more of that washi tape on here, and then I'm also going to use some letter stickers. So I just added that there. And it does go over the other side, but I kind of like that. So it ended up working for the other side as well. But I'm using some of those Cartabella strips, and I wrote "Here we go" with an arrow. And those are from the Cartabella sticker sheet. And so now I'm going to use this little food packaging. These are little cookies that are called stroopwafels. If you know what stroopwafels are, they are delicious little caramel wafer cookies that are from Europe, and I lived in Europe when I was younger, and we ate those all the time. You can find them in the US, but it's a little bit hard to find them. But apparently, United serves them on the plane, because I was sitting there, and I think I was with Kaylin, and she came over and gave us, the stewardess came over and gave us some cookies, and I was like, what? What is happening? These are my favorite, those are my favorite sweet things on the planet. I'm not a big sweets person, but if you put a bag of those in front of me, I will eat the entire thing in one sitting, no problem. They are so good. So I was really happy that she gave us those. She even gave us an extra one because I was so happy. But I kept one of the packages so I could put it in there because I was just like so shocked that they actually even had them. I have seen them at Walmart before, kind of in like the specialty sweets aisle or like the European treat aisle maybe. I haven't found them everywhere, but yeah, if you can find them, I highly recommend trying them out. They are so delicious. Okay, so for the bottom here, I have cut down a piece of pattern paper from one of the 6x6 paper pads, and I am going to use that as a 4x6 card. And then I cut out this little mason jar that says Amazing Day, and then this little sentiment from another card that says Remember This, and I'm going to layer those up and kind of make my own card. And then I will do some more journaling on here about Disney overall and just spending time, you know, with Josh's side of the family. So when we went to Disney, we were with his dad and that side of the family. And then when we went to Tampa, we were with his mom. They are no longer married, so when we do visit, it's, you know, we kind of divide our time a little bit. But I'm going to do some journaling about that, so that is what is going to be on this card. And then I have two pictures of the girls, kind of two of my favorite pictures from Disney. I'm not going to add anything to those. But then on this one, this is the card that made me want to make this month because it has the word magic on it, and, you know, Disney, definitely magical. And I think it says, "You bring magic to my life." So I'm going to put that on there. This is a little strip sticker, like a border sticker from the Cartabella sticker sheet, and I'm going to add that down there and then put a sticker on top of it that says, "Today is going to be awesome." And then this is a big family photo of everyone who did Disney together, and I cut out that little happy together from another card as well. So as you can tell, I'm really cutting up my 3x4 cards, and I'm just making them work on other things. So I'm going to put that in the corner there. And then I am going to also add a Freckled Fawn chipboard circle here that says love. So I'm going to add that on there as well. And I really like kind of, you know, using my cards in different ways, not necessarily using them as 3x4 cards. If there's something on that card that I really like, but I don't want to use it as a full card, I have no problem cutting it up and using it like that. So that's been a lot of fun with this kit. Okay, so that side is done. Now I'm going to work on the second side here. And this one is about our time in Tampa, and we were with Josh's mom. And then there's a big group photo on the bottom, and that is one of Josh's best friends from high school. And we still keep in touch with them, and we see them every single time we're back in Tampa because they still live there. So we got together with them and their family. So again, I'm just going through my cards, seeing what I want to use here. And the girls had a tea party with their mama, Josh's mom. So I thought this paper would be perfect for that. Obviously, it's kind of tea party themed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out two cards right next to each other, like two of these little 3x4 pieces, and I'm going to use it as a 4x6. And I'm just trying to see which one I want to use. And I'm going to end up going with that little teddy bear there. So I'm going to cut out the center, and then I'm going to cut out the center 2 pieces there, and that's going to be kind of my 4x6 card, and I'll just use the picture over one of those cards there. So that's kind of how I'm going to do it, because I wanted that little bear to show. And it says let's see, what does it say? Something for tea. And now I can't read it. Something about tea. You'll see it in the close-ups, but it's really super cute. And then I wrote Tea Party with Mama on the bottom. And then I'm just trying to see what else I'm going to do here. So the B side of this paper is a blue polka dot, and I really like that. So I'm going to use that as a card as well. So I just cut that down to a 4x6, and I'm going to add this picture here, which is a movie poster of Captain America Civil War, and Josh and I got to sneak out one night and go see that. I'm going to use more of this little border sticker here, and I'm just going to add that here, and then use these Cartabella letter stickers to spell out date night. Yes, I realize it's wrong. I'm going to fix it in a second. But yeah, I just realized I was like, oops, that's backwards. So I'm just going to write out date night here with these, and then I will add the movie ticket stub to the top of it, and then add a couple little chipboard pieces as well. It's not very often Josh and I get to go out on a date, so usually when we're home visiting parents and stuff, they always encourage us to go out, and they keep the kids for us, which is nice. So I have that there, and then I'm going to add 2 little stars here from this Maggie Holmes chipboard sheet that I'm really trying to get through. I have only a few little pieces left, so I am going to use a couple on the spread. Obviously these are not included in the kit, but it's something on my desk I've really been trying to use, and I thought the stars went really nice here. So I have that one there. And then I am going to find some more cards to back some of these things on here. I have this business card from a restaurant that we went to. It was a Peruvian restaurant, and it was really delicious. I've never been to a Peruvian restaurant before, and Josh's, our brother-in-law is Peruvian. He's from Peru, so he took us there, and it was really delicious. So I put "so yum" next to the business card. And then I have that picture of Kaylin and my mother-in-law playing the piano. She was kind of teaching her some basics of it. Kaylin's really interested in starting that, so that was kind of cool. And then I have this card, journal card here, and then I cut out a sentiment from another card, and I'm going to layer that on top. It says "Live, Laugh, Love." And then I'm going to add this heart here from Freckled Fawn as well. And then I will journal a little bit more just about our time in Tampa, and you know, just some of the stuff we did. We had a lot of fun. You know, we went out to eat a few times, and you know, the girls had so much fun with their mama. They adore her so much. And we also went and played mini golf one day, and yeah, it was a ton of fun. Did some shopping. So now for the mini golf, I did take a business card and this little score sheet here. We got 2 of them, so I kept one of them for this. So I'm just cutting out the logo of the place, and I'm just going to go ahead and layer it on top of this here. And then I will use my pen and kind of outline it so it stands up a little bit against that orange floral. And then on the bottom here, these are some friends of ours. Like I said, I'm one of Josh's best friends from high school, and we got together with them. They live on some property where his parents own horses. So I had this little gold horseshoe on that chipboard sheet, so that's going to be perfect for this, because I'm going to journal about, you know, we got to pet and feed the horses. So again, didn't come in the kit, but it just ended up being absolutely perfect for it. So I'm just going to journal on some scrap piece of craft paper and then stick that along the bottom there. And then my last card I'm going to work on next to that, I am going to use a 4x6 cut of one of those 6x6 papers there. And I'm talking about trying to get home because getting home was a nightmare. there was some really bad weather where we were trying to fly through in Texas, and it was, I mean, like tornadoes and all sorts of stuff. So a lot of flights were being canceled, and we had 4 people flying, so it was hard for them to get us onto a flight altogether, to get us home altogether. And we were only going from Houston to Lubbock. Like, it was such a short flight anyway. But we did have to stay the night in Houston one night, and then the next day they were, you know, really trying to get us on a flight together, but they couldn't. We would have had to stay the whole weekend in Houston, and so finally we just decided we were going to rent a car and just drive from Houston to Lubbock, and it was about a 9-hour drive or so, but it was just, we had to, you know, it was kind of like, it was either that or we would have gotten home faster by driving, you know, than if we would have waited for a flight. So we just did that, got our money back for the plane tickets, and did all that. So that happened. That was fun. And then I used that pink little bicycle keep going card, which I thought was kind of cute because we kind of had that mindset. All right, that's it for me. So check out the Noel Mignon website. I have linked down below, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.